Hey everyone, today is Thursday, and so we continue our discussion in Psalm 119. But first, I'm standing in front of the billboard for our One Night in Bethlehem event. And as you can see from some of the pictures, we had a great time with this event. It usually happens around the first week of December. And we have upwards to 900, almost 1,000 people come and visit this. And so I'm hoping that by then we have some possibilities of doing it again, but we'll have to wait and see. What happens with all of this. But it's just a great reminder of community and what community is capable of when God is a part of it. And so we are grateful that we have those kinds of opportunities in not only our ministry, but also our own personal lives by trusting that He is a part of it. And we trust by getting into His Word. So let's do it. We're going to be talking today about we're going to be reading today verses 113 through 128. Psalm 119, 113 through 128. It says, I hate the double-minded, but I love your law. You are my hiding place and my shield. I hope in your word. Depart from me, you evildoers, that I may keep the commandments of my God. Uphold me according to your promise, that I may live, and let me not be put to shame in my hope. Hold me up, that I may be safe, and have regard for your statutes continually. You spurn all who go astray from your statutes, for their cunning is in vain. All the wicked of the earth you discard like dross. Therefore I love your testimonies. My flesh trembles for fear of you, and I am afraid of your judgments. I have done what is just and right. Do not leave me to my oppressors. Give your servant a pledge of good. Let not the insolent oppress me. My eyes long for your salvation and for the fulfillment of your righteous promise. Deal with your servant according to your steadfast love, and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding, that I may know your testimonies. It is time for the Lord to act, for your law has been broken. Therefore I love your commandments above gold, above fine gold. Therefore I consider all your precepts to be right. I hate every false way. Well, the thing that really kind of stuck out to me was verses 124 through 126. It says, deal with your servant according to your steadfast love, and teach me your statutes. This is really a prayer. Deal with your servant according to your steadfast love, and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding, that I may know your testimonies. It is time for the Lord to act. It is time for the Lord to act. Is it time in your life that you've reached a point where you've hit a limit, end of your rope, hit a wall, whatever it is, and you're saying in your heart, it's time for the Lord to act? Well, I like this prayer because it not only recognizes the God in their life, but is inquiring Him to act, but to deal. It says, deal with your servant according to your steadfast love, and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding, that I may know your testimonies. You know, what the psalmist is pleading for is wisdom. discernment, what to do in certain circumstances. You know, this applies to all of our lives. Sometimes we reach crossroads in our lives where we don't know what to do. We don't know what the answer is or what the decision should be. And this really is it seems like a place where the psalmist is at. Deal with your servant according to your steadfast love and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding that I may know your testimonies. For it is time for you to act, Lord, in my life. And I surrender that to you. So it's a really, really good prayer. And it can be a good prayer for those times when we lack the understanding that we need to move on or make the next step. You know, I can tell you that it's difficult here in ministry to do that, to make the call for the right next step. And so a lot of my prayer lately has been, deal with your servant according to your steadfast love and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding that I may know your testimonies, may know the right thing to do, the right way to point. And so I hope this could be your prayer today as you enter in toward the end of week 10 of this, week 11. We just ask that you just continue to find your hope in these words that God puts before us. And so until the next time, we look forward to getting together again and continuing in this really wonderful Psalm of 119. Until then, be blessed and be a blessing. Amen.